Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zach's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Greg Martr, who's Executive Chairman at Capital Metals. How are you today, Greg?
Excellent. Thanks, Zach. Good to talk to you again.
Quite a busy month so far as Capital Metals is concerned. Maybe you could just run us through the highlights as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, it has been busy. Obviously, you can't release everything, but it's been a busy sort of 6 months certainly leading up to this. And last time we spoke, we announced the transaction with the Ambient Group, which has gone down very well, and we're very happy already. So it's been 2 weeks, and just the doors these guys are opening and the conversations that we're having, wish we had done it a long time ago. So yeah, extremely happy with the team and how that's going. Great result. We got the wrap that was really rapidly oversubscribed. We had to shut that down early. It was getting a bit silly. We didn't want to give away too much money, too much dilution at that 2.5p level, but so that was a sign of good support. We're very happy with that, and Sheffield support. So, and from what I can tell, I think there's a very good chance that option will get exercised. So, there's healthy discussions going on that front, but still early days. So yeah, that's being bedded down. This morning on a very lengthy IPO call. So we're racing into getting that IPO done. So a 4-month timeline is probably realistic. I would hope, but there hasn't been any mining IPOs on the Colombo Stock Exchange to date. So I don't mind setting a precedent, but I think we've got the right team to work with, and there was a very good team on the call. So happy with how that's going. But it was good last week to get out the announcement on the drilling. Been a long time coming. A lot of shareholders been screaming out for that, and so yeah, just happy to announce we completed the first phase of 170 holes for just over 1,500 meters. So that's an average of about 9 meters depth, which compares to our resource, which was calculated back in 2016. It really only went to an average of 1.6 meters. So that was 1,640 holes, I think, for about 2,600 meters. So it's pretty significant what we're doing now. The most significant thing is the mineralization we're seeing continuing through to when we hit basement. Some holes went as far as 15 metres. We're not seeing it everywhere. You don't expect that, but there's some very encouraging hits that we've had, and the assays we should be getting them back hopefully this week. Actually, it'll take us a little bit of time to process them. But yes, all great signs of encouragement.
Yeah, I mean, you've given me some of your highlights. I suppose one shouldn't forget the initiation of research by Hannam & Partners. They are like the gold standard in the mining area, so that's a real sort of badge of approval. You can never, I suppose, also underemphasize the low capex of your project, and obviously, if you're increasing the mineralization, then it's a double win then for you in terms of what you've got and how much it would cost to get it out of the ground. And I suppose the final thing is just the lay of the land with tariffs and China being difficult in terms of export bans, etc., means that the tide is rising in your favor.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, our sector isn't really going to be impacted by the tariffs at all. Other than Sri Lanka itself is a little bit nervous about the tariffs on the garment industry, and what that's actually done for us is it's put more focus on the resources industry in Sri Lanka, as being of increasing importance for foreign investment. So that's one positive thing out of it. Who knows where they'll end up on the garment space, but in the meantime, a little bit of potential headwind is not hurting our situation in country, which has been good. And yet, Hannam, really happy with those guys too. Roger and his research team, very professional work. They went through our model with a fine tooth comb and actually picked up some great improvements for us in the NPV. So we're hoping to finalise our model reasonably soon with an updated, more detailed model that Stuart Forrester, the chief COO, is compiling. So that's all looking pretty encouraging.
Yeah, and just finally, your shares are up. Maybe it doesn't feel like it for you, but shares are actually up nearly 80% so far this year. Do you think that with the backing of Hannam and then more visibility on what you're going to be doing later in the year, that valuation could kick higher?
The market's a funny thing, isn't it? The hard part is there's not many sellers, so and the price can move around with a very small trade. So obviously, what we need to do is just get more professional buying in there, and I think that with Hannam, that's going to be the objective. And I'm meeting with a bunch of them today, actually, and so I think that's what's going to hopefully that new marginal buyer is going to really start to push that share price. I think there's a good groundswell of support. You can see that in the price, and I can't see any negative news coming. Hopefully we're just ticking the boxes until we get to that final investment decision before the end of the year.
Well, we look forward to that. In the meantime, Greg Martr, Executive Chairman at Capital Metals, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Zach. Good to talk.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.